Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Pagey here, once again with another Arrow Season 4 video, and this video is going to be solely based on the funeral scene at the end of episode 1, and we're just going to go through, like, theorize, I guess you could say. None of this is, like, confirmed, so it's all theories, this video, and I'd like people to get involved in the comment section on who you think is the one that died. But we'll go through each individual person who is a suspect, I guess you could say, to being died, or a potential victim, and the likelihood of them dying. So the fact that Barry Allen was at that funeral does say that Barry Allen did know the person that does die. It's going to be interesting to see what his relation was, because he didn't seem too upset, and he also didn't have time to come to the funeral because of Zoom. Like, he's the Flash, he probably could have come to the funeral quickly, then gone back, but I don't know, we're not too sure. And also Oliver was quite visibly upset, was crying, so really all of these people on this list he would probably cry over, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see who it actually will be. So let's get into the theories, and we'll start off with the main person who a lot of people are thinking will die, but I don't think will die, and that's Felicity. Now, I don't say Felicity will die because I think it's just a bit too obvious, because when it cuts to that funeral scene beforehand, it's Oliver kissing Felicity and, like, talking about their future, I think it is. So I don't think it'd just be too obvious if it's Felicity, and I think there'd be no point of, like, not revealing the name because it's just way too obvious. So I don't think it's Felicity at all. It could be, and they could just be like, well, we made you think like it wasn't Felicity, but boom, it is Felicity. But I think a lot of people would actually like seeing Felicity die, because she hasn't been that interesting of a character for at least a season, and even in the first episode of this season, still a bit annoying. But yeah, so I think it's just a bit too obvious that it'd be Felicity that dies, but I don't know, leave your opinions in the comment section. The next one I have is Thea. Now, I put Thea, I think I was talking in my review, I think I did say Thea was one of my top choices, just due to the fact of the whole Lazarus Pit effect and her going a bit mental, and it might come to the fact where she might have to be put down, I guess you could say, just due to the fact that she is going too crazy, she's doing too much damage, she's hurting innocent people, she may even attempt to hurt someone within that Team Arrow group, or like an ally, like she might try to hurt an ally for no reason. So this could be one reason as to why she would die, and it'd be a reason why Oliver would be upset in Barry, because he doesn't really interact with Thea too much in this universe, so it'd be a reason as why he turned up but isn't too upset. My next choice is Roy, and you might say, oh, what the hell, Roy, he's gone, and the reason it could be Roy is that they might want to just try and kill off the character from the series, because the guy that plays him, it's Colton Haynes or something like that. But he said he wanted to move on from the show, and he wants to do, like, bigger things, even though the only thing I've seen him in was, like, the beginning of that San Andreas movie, which was pretty terrible, and he was in it for like, what, 4 minutes? So I don't know if that's really bigger than being, like, a main cast member on Arrow, but whatever. He's moved on, he doesn't really want to be on the show anymore. They've said that he could be, like, a guest star, but this could be his guest appearance. Maybe he does a comeback to help Oliver, because Damien Darhk is causing so much shit, and he ends up dying, and the only reason he came back is because Oliver stretched out to him, and that could be a reason why Oliver is upset. Don't really know, but it could make sense that it could be Roy. But really, it matters if they do want to kill him off from the show, or they want to keep it open that he could return maybe in the next season if he realizes that his film career isn't going that well. Next up we have is Laurel. Now, a lot of people seem to be saying Laurel, which is pretty interesting, but I don't think they do Laurel, like, because they're bringing back Sarah Lance, but she's going to be the White Canary, so it's not like she's coming back and she wants, like, oh, Laurel, I'd like to have my Black Canary position back. I don't think it's going to be like that, and I don't think they're going to kill off Laurel. I think Laurel's sort of a minimal choice, like a really low percentile choice that she'll actually be the one that dies. But we've got to keep our minds open. You never know. It could be Laurel. It could be a massive surprise. But really, Laurel's on the bottom of my list. And I couldn't really give a reason as to why she would die either. So yeah, Laurel's really low percentile. Literally like maybe 2%. Next up we have is one of the more popular choices. And I think I even mentioned him at the end of my review. And that's Diggle dying. And this is just due to the fact of maybe him and Oliver finally reconcile. But then he eventually dies. But going by, like, Oliver's speech at the end, I don't think it would be Diggle. And also just the setting of the funeral. The grave looked a bit small, and also there's flowers around, like, pictures and stuff like that. I'm just thinking that it wouldn't be like a Diggle funeral. So I can't see Diggle dying. I think it'd be similar to Felicity. I think it's just a bit too obvious if it's Diggle. And I just can't see Diggle dying, but some people think it is Diggle, so I'll just have to wait and see. And my last choice, which is my number one choice, and I think it just makes sense because he'll have a proper story arc throughout the season. It's already started really in episode 1, so it could really develop throughout the rest of the season. And we've sort of seen some tension that could cause the death of him, and that is Captain Lance. Now, I'm saying Captain Lance just due to the fact that he's now sort of in relations, like a working relationship with Hive as well as Team Arrow, and he's sort of got the order to reveal who the Green Arrow is and who his friends and family are. But then in the trailer for episode 2, we see him sort of working with Team Arrow, so he's in the middle, he's between the two sides, he's a common ally between the two different forces. So this will actually probably cause his death, and it's probably going to be Damien Darhk that eventually does kill him, and it could be a reason as to why Oliver is upset at the end of the episode, because Lance is always blaming him for being the monster for Starling or Star City, whatever you want to call it, and him bringing all the violence to the city. As soon as he came back from that island, Star City went to shit. So Quinton Lance, or Captain Lance, whatever you want to call him, was always blaming him for this stuff, and now Oliver finally realizes that it might have caused Captain Lance's death. Even though Captain Lance probably could have died 3 or 4 times within the seasons that have already passed. Like, remember when he had like a heart attack or something that just completely forgot about it? Whatever. But yeah, he's still got that heart issue, but they never mention it. So he could be that could be one of the reasons that's leading to his death, and it could be a reason as to why Oliver is so upset. Could be a reason as why Barry does come and interact at the funeral, because you got to remember, in the Flash, Quinton Lance goes and helps them find Harrison Wells, like the original Harrison Wells body. So he knows about all the different, weird stuff going on in Central City. So that could be a reason as to why Barry comes. But really, those are the 6 choices I have, and I think they're the only ones that could happen, unless we get introduced to a new character and they die, which I can't see happening. But yeah, so leave your opinions in the comment section below. Who do you think will die? Felicity, Thea, Roy, Laurel, Diggle, Captain Lance, or maybe even someone else that I have not even mentioned? Leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.